I see my role as host of Best of Us Investors has evolved. It used to be I just wanted to get clicks and make money. Now I want to share my knowledge and share my experience and put you in a position that you can grow your family wealth as I have. I've come across a company that I think can help you do that. The issue is that it's pre-IPO. It's owned by John and Patrick Collison. Actually, they only own 20% of the company, but I think this is going to be a stock that is going to become a major part of you and I's world. They started out with the mission to make it possible for any website to take payment from any credit card or debit card in any currency without being dedicated to an account like PayPal. You need to know about this because John and Patrick remind you in the future of these two guys.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
If you're too young to recognize those two guys, that's Bill Gates and Paul Allen, the young version of the founders of Microsoft. Is Stripe going to be another Microsoft? I don't know, but I think it's going to be a major player, and I think it's presenting an opportunity in the pre-IPO market, the secondary market, where you can get an opportunity to buy Stripe at a 40% discount. Now, how do you do that? You do that by getting the app from Dizraptor. Dizraptor is actually the sponsor of this video. What does that mean? That means that Dizraptor works with me to help me build a channel for you to help you find stocks in pre-IPO. And they have an offering in Stripe at this time. And I'm going to go into that offering and share with you why I believe this is, if you are an accredited investor, an opportunity that you shouldn't miss. But I don't want you to take it on my word, and I don't want you to take it on Dizraptor's word. We'll look at their app, but what I really want you to do is to take it from a third source. I have in my research come across an article in Forbes just recently that did an in-depth study of Stripe, and I want to share that article with you so that you can make a sound decision. That's what this is all about, making good financial decisions. I think Stripe is an opportunity. That is that's the direction my channel is going now. I'm not worried about what's happening today in the market. I'm worried about, or I'm concerned and want to take advantage of opportunities of the future. And I think Stripe is one of those. So let me take you, first of all, to the Dizraptor app and show you how they're offering and what their interpretation is. And then I want to take you to a third party, and that's Forbes magazine. This is a fantastic article that I have found that will give you the history, will give you the personality of not only the two founders, but also the company and the pluses and the minuses. It's really good. So first of all, let's look at the Dizraptor app. Okay, I'm going to review the Dizraptor app on my desktop. So if you do the same thing, you just type in Dizraptor.app, and then you come up here and click on Invest Now. And it's going to take you to their current offerings. And the offering we're going to talk about today is Stripe. And if I click on that, this is what you would also see on your phone when you open up the app. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you a quick overview of Stripe. And as it leaps out at you there that they have currently $2.3 billion of funds raised. And they're promoting that as a result of the downturn in the market, a lot of the fintech stocks are down anywhere from 40 to 50%. And this is being reflected in the secondary price of Stripe through the secondary market at this point. So you're able to go into Stripe or into Dizraptor, and you're able to make a commitment at $40 per share. The last round, when they went to raise money, it was actually valued at $69 a share, which you see there. And that's where they come up with their 40% discount. Do I think that's legitimate? That really doesn't matter. But I think what I'll show you as we go through this, it's probably very, very accurate. This is a company that, through the use of 7 lines of code, made it possible on my website. When you go to my website and you buy one of my Best of Us investor mugs, that rather than you have to go to PayPal and me to go to PayPal and transfer that money, when you put your credit card in as a result of Stripe, I get paid immediately. I think it actually takes about 2 days. But there's not a lot of work involved on it on my part. So I use Stripe. It tells you here what the product is. As I told you, it's a payment method. And here it's showing you who some of their customers are. So as you can see, you probably have already used Stripe. I know I use it regularly on Amazon. It bills me through Microsoft for my Microsoft 360. And so you can see that they are regular players. And so then it shows you what their products are. Payments, checkout, all the things that are necessary. Then it gives you a breakdown of who the two founders are, the two brothers that put this together, John and Patrick, and their history. So that's a good representation and gives you some information. Then it goes into the market opportunity, to the growth of the online market. It says it's growing at a 10% annual rate. And I think the interesting thing that I found in the Forbes article that I'm going to share with you as well, that currently only 12% of the commerce in the world goes through the internet. So you can see there is a tremendous growth potential. Then it goes in and it tells you who their competition is. PayPal being number one. Stripe then holds 20% of the market, and Adyen at 12%. Goes through their financials and their growth, and this goes into explaining how the valuations of the company, they had been valued as high as of $95 billion. And then with the drop in the market, particularly in the fintech section, the current valuation is $55 billion. That's how you get that 40% discount that they were talking about up there. So again, you go through this and you read this in detail, and you're going to see this is a company that is growing substantially. And then here we have some estimated volume in the online revenue market, and what their gross and their net incomes are going to be. So you can see Dizraptor does a very good job of disclosing anything and everything about the financials that you'd want to know about this company. And then they go into the risk that is involved, and it is risk, because this is not a stock that is valued every day like the stock market is. This is a pre-IPO, and this is, and how do they get these shares? I hope you saw the interview that I did last week with their head of marketing, and he explained this company's been around, I think, since 2010. And so you've got some employees who've been working hard on here, and they've had options and they have shares, but they can't cash them in. Maybe they want to buy a new house, okay? And so Dizraptor gets with them and says, look, you obligate your shares either when your options come due, that they become ours. And then we will market them through the secondary market and make them available to Kerry and his viewers at the rate, as it said up here, of $40 per share. So with that being understood, and again, you've got to be an accredited investor, which it means that you can prove you have in excess of $1 million of securities, tradable securities. What you do is you share the cover page of your brokerage accounts with them, or you have 2 years, consecutive years of income over $200,000, or you're an accredited investment advisor. You've gotten your licenses, and you're an advisor, and you advise other people. So that's how you get to it. What you do, how do you get this app? You merely go to your Google Store or your Apple Store, and you type in Dizraptor, Dizraptor, and you will get access to this app. So that's their offering. On some prior videos, I've talked about companies that are going to give you a 10x over the next 10 years. In other words, they're going to double every year over the next 10 years. And I went into some detail of who they were in the prior 10 years. This could be a company that could really qualify. I want you to think of it in that vein. But first, I want to take you and show you the article that I found that I think will be the due diligence that you need to do before you take this step. This is the Forbes article that I found. Kind of a cool cover of it. And it goes into the Cullison brothers built a suite into 95 million unicorn with eye-popping financials inside their plan to stay on top. And the article goes into great detail of what this company is all about. They actually get involved in going to their offices and participating in the activities of their offices and get into the personality of the company. And then they get into the individuals, or who Patrick is and who his brother is. Pretty striking pictures here of the two young guys. And again, don't they look like Bill Gates and Paul Allen? Paul had a bit of a beard. But this is the due diligence I want you to do on this company. You will walk away after reading this article and feel you know the two guys, and you know the company, and you understand what they do and what their aspirations are in the future. And then you can make an educated and a good decision. This is their CFO. We go into a little bit about her and what her play in the company is. So I want you to see that. Then they talk about they have gone beyond just Stripe as I know it, and they're getting involved in other things. So it gives you not only where they are now and where they've been, but where they're going. And I think that's the important issue. Don't buy this company and go into Dizraptor and buy it for short-term hold. This is a growth engine. And this is and I guess what I like about it, it's two young guys. And the tenacity that you'll learn in here, that when they needed money, I don't know why they needed money. They sold their original company for $5 million. I guess they just wanted outside investors. One of the first people they went to was Peter Thiel. And Peter Thiel is the founder and was at that time very active in PayPal, their #1 competition. And Peter Thiel wrote him a check for $200,000. So this is the kind of thing that excites me. This is the kind of thing that says, this is something I want to be a part of. And through Dizraptor, I can do that. And I can do it for as little as $1,000. So this is a winner, to my way of thinking. I want you And since you may not have access to this Forbes article, it's Forbes /sites /Alex Konar. You can see it right up there. Or I've done a PDF on it and shrunk it down a bit and made it available to you. I'll put that in the description. This is a must. You can go to Dizraptor's app. You can read about it there, but this article is a must. It's a third party. It's not Dizraptor trying to sell you something. It's not Stripe trying to sell you something. It's an inside look. This is comparable to 60 Minutes going into their offices and digging deep into these two young guys. So that's a must for you. Okay, that's my take today on Stripe, on Dizraptor. I think this is an opportunity. I think this fits into the plan that I have for my channel of Best of Us Investors, bringing you the ability to make better investment decisions. I want to work towards the future, not so much the past. I want to work towards events. I believe that LNG is a tremendous buy right now because of Vladimir's move, because of what's happening in China. I believe that China is a wonderful short right now, but at the same time all these negative things are happening, there are positive things happening, like two young guys from Ireland who started a company like Stripe, by the name of Stripe, and you have an opportunity to buy into it before pre-IPO by going to Dizraptor. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.